All right, everybody. We are finally back. I know I took an hiatus. I've been a long time gone, MIA, whatever you want to call it. But we're back. And if you want to hear what everything's been going on, what I've been up to, stay tuned here on Savage Mondays. Let's get it.
They don't say congratulations, but you know they watch that shit. I ain't even gonna get mad.
Like I said, we back. And we going to do it a little different now, I guess. Right? We got a lot of different things going on. But what I've been up to, right? I know I don't really talk much about work, what I do. I'm in the military. And it's not that it's a big secret or anything like that. I just don't like talking about those kind of things. Sometimes it's kind of boring, or I don't think it's very interesting, right? But I've been gone. I've been on, like, I was on deployment, called a little mini deployment, I guess. But it was rough. Let me tell you, I've been on a few deployments, and this one by far was one of the worst. Just all around things we did, right? The worst. Try to explain why it was so bad, right? So, like, my job in the military, right? I'm a GM, a gunner's mate, if you will. So I'm pretty much, my job is supposed to be, I'm supposed to be billeted there to run gun ranges, a small arms marksmanship instructor. That's what I'm supposed to do. Is that what I do? No, not even close. They don't have weapons on a hospital ship. Wouldn't you know, right? So my job, my point there, my reasoning for being there is there's really not one, right? Kind of makes you feel like you don't have a purpose, right? You need a purpose to keep going. That's a big thing in the military. Why people join the military, or why they do different jobs they do in life, is to have a purpose, right? And I just felt like I didn't have one. You know, I tried to make my job, because not having a job, so I work in security on the ship, which is fine. That's cool. Not a big deal. Met a lot of nice, cool, new people from different places, because they kind of bring people from different commands to work together to fill this security department, I guess you could say. And met a lot of cool people, a lot of great people like to work with. You know, that's cool there. But so it's not really a job. So they pretty much put me in charge of a bunch of MAs, which is like kind of like military police, which I'm not that, right? Which is fine, not a big deal. I'm not that, but you put me in charge of a bunch of other people that know what, I ain't gonna say I didn't know what I'm doing, but it's a different beast, right? It's a different job, and you gotta start learning, like, to do that job, you gotta enforce all the rules and regulations on the ship. So you have to know all the instructions, you have to know all the regulations, all the uniform, code of military justice, all that kind of stuff, right? Which is fine. That's cool. You know, you learn new things every day. You kind of learn and adapt. Adjust and adapt, I guess they say. Not a big deal, right? But so that was rough. But that wasn't even that bad. I can't even say that. It wasn't that bad. I worked with a good group of people, good group of individuals. We got the job done. At the end of the day, everybody came home safe. That's the biggest thing, right? But trying to enforce rules to all officers and corpsmen that don't want to listen to you in the first place, and obviously you got a bunch of doctors that have degrees that think they're just smarter than everybody in every single way, and you got them all trying to play Navy. And that's the thing, you can't play Navy, because when you start playing Navy is whenever people start getting hurt or seriously injured, things like that, right? Which you don't want to happen, which I've seen on the last time I went with this hospital ship, because it's a weird beast in its own. I'm trying to explain it to you guys so you can understand it. If you know where I'm coming from, then you know, if you're a listener and you're active duty, or you've been on the hospital ship, or whatever, you kind of understand where I'm coming from my point of view. I'm sure everybody else has different points of views and how things need to work, or how they're supposed to go, and things like that. But from what I've seen and my experiences, it was a shit show. We could say that. It was a shit show. But just trying to, nobody listens to you. So like literally your job is to good order and discipline to make sure people ain't acting up, or if there's fights or anything like that, that you're doing that, right? You're taking care of it. You're making sure people are following the rules. It's literally your job, like a police officer in the world, in the civilian world. It's your job to make sure nobody's breaking the laws, right? The military has their own laws. It's our job to do. When they're breaking said laws, you correct them. Hey, sir, ma'am, shipmate, whatever, chief, whoever. Hey, you're not supposed to be doing that. Da, 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 this is the rules. And then they just kind of look at you like, yeah, okay. And do whatever the fuck they want to do. Pretty much telling you go kick bricks. Go fuck yourself, right? Cool. Whatever. So you got to deal with that on a daily basis. And it's the same individuals all the time. And of course, you use your chain of command. You report their names. You report things up. Nothing ever happens. A slap on the wrist. Unless it's something serious, right? Unless something really bad. But so you deal with that every day, and then everybody starts hating you because you got to enforce these rules, which is fine too. Don't care about that. Hate me all you want. Not your opinion of me is not gonna bother me at all, right? You ain't make me, so you can't break me. Ain't that what he said? But other than that kind of stuff, that's like a typical deployment, I guess, for people that do that job. And I feel bad for them because it's exhausting. It's mentally, not really so much physically, it's mentally exhausting dealing with that shit every day. So I kind of got a new outlook on that side of the house, right? On what mastered arms, military, police, whatever you want to call them, they do. They deal with the same bullshit every fucking day, right? So I can understand, I guess, what they go through. And that's cool. But then, like, you're on a hospital ship that you have a CO, chain of command, right? Commanding officer that is in charge of all the military people. So that's cool. But then on a hospital ship, so you have like, I don't know how many we have, like 800 or some people on it, right? And then you have civilians, CivMars, which they're in charge of like the hull, so like the workings of the ship. The military side of it is kind of just treating patients and going out into the field. I call them FOBs, they call them med sites, whatever, and treating people and giving them aid and things like that, right? So it's kind of hard because they have to work together, but they don't on that thing. That's one thing I've noticed, is they don't work together at all. One person will have an idea like, hey, we need to do this, and the other person will be like, yeah, no, we're not doing that, and then nothing works right, nothing works out, and you're doing a janky job that you have to do, right? It's not working out right. So I mean, you kind of got things like that. So it's a beast in its own. It's difficult. Then on top of that, it's so old, everything starts breaking. And they don't give you money to fix it. They don't give you money for food. They don't give you what you need to get the job done, right? And we all know this happens all the time, day in and day out. And I'm probably going to get in trouble for talking about this. I don't know. I might or might not. But I'm trying to be honest and not make anything up, you know? Things start breaking. Air conditioning go down. You're in a space days and days and days over 90 degrees, you know? And nothing you can do because I don't know who pays. Does the military pay to fix it? Does the civilian people pay to fix it? I don't know. I don't know that aspect of it. Does it get fixed? Maybe. Does it work? Barely? Yeah. But so ACs go down, so then I don't know how I'm still fat. Maybe because I got home and just started eating everything. And on top of it, you run out of food, right? So the planning, the mission planning, and the whole planning aspect of this whole situation was trash. Absolute garbage. Nobody knew, and when it comes to the chain of command, to the Desron, to whoever the fuck else it goes up to, right? The CivMars, the Marmac, whoever the hell is in charge of all this stuff, right? I'm sure there's multiple entities. The planning of it was absolute garbage. And I understand things change with different things going on in the world. And while I was gone, there was a lot of things going on in the world. So we kind of had to be on standby to be ready for some other situations, which is understandable. Completely get that. I understand the bigger picture. Things change. You got to be flexible. But whenever you're running out of food and you're counting on these places that you're going to, because for some reason you can't do a replenishment at sea, and then the place you pull into don't have the food because we weren't scheduled to go there, that aspect of it alone, just the logistics of that part alone, not everything even else, that alone is a huge failure, because that should never happen, ever, right? But it's another way for people to lose some weight. You're getting rationed and getting fucking bullshit, right? Way for you to lose some weight, I guess. I don't know. I mean, you can look at the ups and the downs. You got to lose some weight. Got to get in a little bit better shape, I guess. On that mission. So that's cool. But I mean, just overall in general, like, didn't have much liberty. So we got to go to all these cool places in South America, right? And most of them you don't get to go see. And that's part of why, and I get, I didn't join the military to travel the world. That's not why I joined. I joined for different reasons. But that's why a lot of people do, right? And I get, sometimes you got to go do a job and you can't enjoy the finer things in life, the fun things. But the job that we was doing, there was no reason to not be able to enjoy these things, right? To go out, enjoy the country or the cities or wherever we was at. And just because some people, and I think the way they rationed it is, you have, and I'm not blaming the chain of command. Well, I kind of am blaming the chain of command, but I'm not blaming the commanding officer themselves. But you have a bunch of people that has never ran a command, never been in charge of one, never done an operational kind of thing. Yeah, they might have been in charge of some doctors and corpsmen and things like that, but when you're actually out there in an operational command, the aspects are a lot different than just working in a building and doing your surgeries and different things. And I'm not dogging on doctors or anything like that. I know their days are different. I know how they run and do things is challenging. They save lives every day. Way different. Like, I understand that. But you need an operational facilitator, I guess you could say, to be like, hey, I get it. We're treating these patients. We're doing this, that, and the third, but this is how we're going to do it to make sure this operation runs smoothly. Whatever you need to do, let me know what you need to do, and I can incorporate it in with this plan, because you have so many people that's never been on a ship before, never been in charge of people, running, planning, doing all this stuff, and it's like a knee-jerk reaction. If it doesn't work, oh shit, what do we do? Like, it's just, the whole situation was crazy to me. But in a nutshell, man, it was bad. ACs didn't work, ran out of food, shit was trash, no liberty, didn't really get to have any fun. Like, it was a couple month, let's go get fucked by the military again. That's pretty much what it was. But at the end of the day, it's a sea story. It's one for the books, I guess you could say. And it's an experience on how to not do things, right? Not that I can I have the authority to change anything, but it was an experience. But I met a lot of cool people, met some nice friends, some new friends, some, interacted with different people, which that's part of it too, Learned some different skills that I knew I didn't know that I had, right? Learned how to work as a master at arms pretty much. I ain't gonna say I know the whole job of it, because I absolutely don't. They do a lot. But did something outside of my realm, outside of my box, which is cool, right? It's interesting. That's fun to do. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff that's going to be going on, a lot of changes, and I know I always talk about these different ideas and things that I want to do, and they always kind of fall through, or things happen and it doesn't work out, and that's part of life, right? That's part of life, and that's how things happen. But I want to get back to, right, what I originally started doing this podcast or vlog or whatever you want to call it. I don't even know what it is anymore. Get back to originally what I started, the reasoning why I started Savage Mondays. And that's to just start the week off right? Get people motivated, because everybody hates Mondays. You know, it's the start of the work week. Some people dread going into their job every day. You know, sometimes more than others, I don't know. But to get people enthused, just get their minds off of the tough things that are going on from the day to day, and keep pushing forward, to know that there's, you know, light at the end of the tunnel maybe, or that if there's not, things are going to be all right. We'll figure it out. Like, right? Things happen. I always hit with a curveball. That shit happens all the time. Figure it out. But that's what I want to get more towards. And I'm sorry for the lighting. It's the sun. I'm in the car, so I'm going to try to turn so it doesn't look so weird. But that's pretty much what it is, right? And that's what I want to get back to, and that's what I kind of fell off of. And I'm going to start doing a little bit longer videos, podcasts, I guess. I'm going to try to actually get people on. There's a lot of people do say they want to do it, and either, like, you know, scheduling conflicts happen, or different things happen, right? So you can't always do it. And so I'm going to not post every week. That's difficult, because that's very hard to maintain, coming up with different topics. And talking by yourself is not easy. Trust me, not easy at all. And especially when you ain't got no liquor involved, it's not easy. But I'm gonna do longer video, a little bit longer videos, I think. Or if I don't, I don't. And just do less of them. Not every week, maybe a month, maybe once a month or something like that. But I'm gonna try to do shorts, like YouTube shorts or TikTok, every Monday, to just keep your day going, right? Get you laughing, or keep you motivated to stay strong, keep pushing forward, and you'll conquer your endeavors, right? You'll get over those humps. That's what I'm going to get back to. That's originally why I started it, and it kind of veered off away from that, but that's what I'm going to get back to. And just let y'all in on a little bit of hard things that I got going on, and maybe you guys can relate to, you know, and figure out, like, hey, shit happens, you know, things break down, cars get jacked up, you know, bills come through. Sometimes you don't have the money for a bill. Things happen, trust me. Even being in the military, we lived through it all, right? Do it too. So that's what I'm gonna get back to. But one thing I am gonna start doing is I'm gonna start streaming. I don't know if I'm gonna live stream or I'm gonna pre-record and post it, but it's gonna be called Gaming with Savage Mondays. And I'm gonna start playing games and record it myself. I'll play some horror games, some Call of Duty, some Battlefield, whatever games. And y'all can comment and say, hey, what game you want to see me play, right? If I don't have it, whatever, I'll get it and I'll play it. I thought the scary ones would be funny to see my reactions of me jumping and getting scared. And I'm gonna try not to curse, but I'm sure I will be cursing. I'll throw some F-bombs or some shit out there. But trying to mix it up a little bit, right? Have fun with it, because that is something I do enjoy doing. I do enjoy playing video games. I enjoy playing with friends. Do I play it that often? No, not a lot, but I try to play as much as I can when I have some free time that I ain't got nothing going on. But get into that too. So I'm gonna do on here on the same channel on YouTube. I might start like a Twitch or a Kick or something like that to do that on too. But I'm gonna start playing video games and just recording myself and just doing it and having fun with it. Like I said, like, yeah, when I originally started this, like, I can't believe it's where it's at, to be honest. Like, I got 130 subscribers or something like that. Like, I can't believe I have that many, to be honest, for real. I don't know who would want to sit here and listen to my goofy self talk about nothing, but it's cool. It's an experience. It's cool. It's exciting, you know. It's always fun talking to new people, and I'm gonna start trying to do some different things and just slamming people, like, with some clips, you know, whatever. But that's what it is, and that's what we're gonna start doing. Like I said, I've been gone, and I'm trying to come back, but I'm gonna try to pace myself. Like I said, I think I kind of burned myself out, and the podcast kind of went way left or right, whichever way you want to call it, because it's hard to come up with content every week and talk about different things. And especially when you don't talk about politics and you want to talk about things that interest myself and hopefully interest other people. It's not easy doing it every week. So I'm not going to do it every week anymore. Maybe once, maybe twice. Well, definitely at least once a month. Maybe twice a month. Gonna do that. And then gonna do the streaming as well. And also come out with these little shorts, TikTok shorts or TikToks and YouTube shorts, so y'all can follow that as well. If you're not already subscribed, please subscribe. Turn post notifications on. Hit that ring, that ding button, whatever it is, thumbs up. And yeah, if you guys want to see me play some games, you guys want to have something you want to hear me talk about, or even if you want to get on the podcast, like, let's do it. Let's figure this thing out. Let's do this as a group, and let's get after it, right? Always keep pushing forward. Always be a savage. Peace. I'm out.